being an owner manager can be a really isolating experience, and I particularly found it quite difficult to get any kind of support and was looking for something that would do that, and I think BGP does that really, really well.
I saw my brother-in-law do the program last year, and his energy and passion and ideas completely accelerated, and importantly the idea of working on the business, not in the business, which was something that I identified that I needed to do.
It was my husband. He went to an entrepreneurs meeting where he met Lara Morgan, who was previously on BGP, and she had raved about the course. So my husband promptly came back and booked me on to go to one of the briefings, and I went, and one of the speakers there was actually the MD of a supplier that we use.
I just received a mailing leaflet in the post and had a quick look through, and I thought some of the questions that were mentioned there seemed to make good sense, so I signed up for one of your presentation days. I think it's made me talk more openly with other members of staff about the business and what the options are going forward. And in some ways that just makes everything a bit easier, really. I feel I can just be more analytical and more open and honest with people.
I've been running my business for 10 years, and I don't think really we've had any direction at all. And this has allowed me to gain real clarity of where we're going. But more importantly than that, it actually gives you the building blocks to get there.
The impacts have been huge. Every weekend has filled me with lots of new ideas and new tactics for increasing sales, marketing ideas. But mainly what the impact will be is setting out a plan for the future growth.
I think the biggest impact it's had is make me look at my business from a different angle. I think previously we just focused on the turnover of the business, and now we're looking at the business in its entirety. So we're looking at how do we get more from the business and the data that we have in the business to drive it to further growth.
I think you need to feel, as the owner-manager, that you want to make some change and be really open to that change, to being honest about your business, why you're doing it, is it working or not, and what you want it to be.
People who will benefit the most will be people who've got teams of people that they work with, and they can send the message throughout.
I feel like I'm actually learning about a year's worth of knowledge in every day that I'm on the BGP course, which is quite overwhelming in itself, but hugely valuable.
I think that if you're really serious about changing your business and also your life, then you have to come on this course, because it will give you the tools to be able to do that.
I think it's a valuable time. We're still in recession mode. I think many of us contracted for quite a long time when we thought we'd try and get smaller so that we could ride the wave. And I think now it's time to start opening up.
For me, I've been running my company for 10 years, and I wish I'd done the program maybe 5-6 years ago. I would have made a lot less serious mistakes, which we've got through happily. But BGP gives you a level of knowledge which I never realised I'd get out of what's so far just been 7 quick days.
I think now it's actually more important than ever. When the economy is really booming, it's really easy to have a successful business, and it becomes much more difficult in a downturn, which is where we are. And it's so easy just to keep working in your business and never work on it. And this will let you just step back and give you the clarity that you need to get where you want to be.
The sooner the better, really. I kind of look back, I think I probably could have done this about 5 years ago, and it would have been probably more useful then than it is likely to be now. I think it takes a while to recognise that you are in a position to want to change things.